It's the White Sox facing those Dodgers today at 3 o'clock Eastern right here on MLB Network. And who's got a better spot than Tim Neverett, who'll be calling the game for the Dodgers today. Tim, great to see you. Thanks for giving us a few minutes. And you had some breaking news here in the commercial break. You just got the lineup for today. Give it to us.
Give it to us.
Well, it's not official yet, but I know who's going to be in the top three.
Okay.
Which we were expecting. Okay, so we do know Mookie Betts is going to lead off, and either Freddie Freeman or Shohei Ohtani will be second and third. But this will be an interesting lineup this year because here's a note I got yesterday on this. You've got 3 former MVPs, right? Betts. You've got two-time MVP in Ohtani. You've got Freddie Freeman, won in 2020, Betts in 2018. Only 12 times in the history of baseball, and there's been like 350,000 some odd games in the history of baseball. Only 12 games have there been 3 former MVPs hitting 1, 2, 3 in the batting order.
Wow.
Now, the Dodgers are going to break that record after about 2 weeks this year. So it's going to be pretty remarkable. It's been a remarkable camp because of the attention, not just for Shohei Ohtani, but also for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. A lot of the other newcomers. This Dodger team has so much talent on it. But one thing, and I know, see why you can appreciate this from playing for different clubs. You go to different spring trainings, and early in February, when you start opening up the camp to the fans, you get a trickling of fans in. Well, that's not been the case at Camelback Ranch. It's been packed every single day with people hoping to get a glimpse of Shohei Ohtani taking some swings during live BP. And some folks have not been disappointed. I know his first batting practice, he took 21 swings, hit 10 of them out of the ballpark. And that was, national news, not only in the U.S., but in Japan. And the amount of media that is there to cover is unprecedented. And so this has got to be one of the most anticipated spring training games in recent memory, and certainly one of the most anticipated Dodger seasons ever.
I bet it is. And you have me at the edge of my seat, Tim.
Yeah, Mookie's lead off.
So Mook's leading off. And we know the 3 MVPs. What's the order for
Freddie
us?
and then Ohtani?
I can tell you that Will Smith's batting 4th.
Come on.
And the rest of it, you're going to have to wait till 8 o'clock.
Oh man,
what a tease!
What a tease, man. And with spring training underway, and you talk about the energy that's going on over there at Camelback Ranch, with the season being 3 weeks from tomorrow, 3 weeks away from tomorrow. With the pace of spring training, have you noticed anything different with the pace of spring training because guys have to be ready a little bit earlier?
Yeah, especially the Dodgers and the Padres because they started earlier. They had the first couple of games before anybody else, and then they go open the season in Korea on the 20th of March. They'll play 2 games that count, and then the Dodgers will come back to Southern California and play 3 exhibition games, 2 at Dodger Stadium and 1 in Anaheim against the Angels in the Freeway Series before opening at home against the Cardinals and the games counting again. So when you have those international games early in the season, you have to ramp it up a little earlier. So what I've heard from some of the guys is that they treated it like, I know I heard Freddie Freeman say this the other day too on one of our telecasts. He said he's been treating it like the WBC, being ready early, being ready on time, getting, enough at bats early. And just being ready to go when the games start to count on March 20th, which sounds so early.
Ohtani, it's going to be like covering the Beatles this year, Tim. I'm so happy for you and for our buddy Stephen Nelson, of course, the entire crew. Ohtani himself, is there a real aura around him? Like when talking to him and talking to Ife, obviously his interpreter, what is it like just being around Ohtani and seeing that circus?
Yeah, it's different. I got to tell you that. He's a one-man industry with a lot of talented people around him, and the guy can play. There's no doubt about it. This year is going to be very interesting, too, watching him just hit and just concentrate, for the most part, on hitting. He will get into a return-to-throw program, but he's not going to pitch this season. But just concentrating on the offense, I think, is going to be remarkable to watch, considering the fact he had 44 home runs last year. What's he going to do this year? He had a career-high batting average last year. It was over 300, 305, I believe. He's one of the fastest ever to get to 150 home runs and 75 stolen bases. Will we see him run the bases a little bit more because he's not having to worry about going back in the game to pitch? So I think offensively, this has the potential to be just an absolute monster season for Shohei Ohtani.
I think you're dead on, and I think he will use his legs this year. When I think about powerhouse teams and you have this many superstars on the team, sometimes what you can run into is that every superstar player almost has his own camp. that follows around with them to where it really messes with the team chemistry. It doesn't seem like that's going on out there in L.A. I see Teoscar Hernandez teaching Ohtani English or Spanish. I see Yamamoto pitching to Mookie and Freddie. I see the guys seem like they're still able to gel and have a good time. It seems like a clubhouse full of glue guys. Then you bring over Kike Hernandez. Would you agree that it seems like every one of those guys seems to be one of the best team guys out there?
Yeah, it's a great clubhouse. It always has been, and there's been the core guys in there that make it that way. They want it that way. And, Yamamoto and Ohtani have just, they've been welcomed with open arms. And they're really loving their time so far. You can tell. Shohei's smiling a lot. He's having a lot of fun. Same with Yamamoto. He's only 25 years old, so he's kind of like eyes wide open. He's just enjoying every moment, taking it all in, and looking around that clubhouse. He's seeing all the talent that's in there with him, and that's going to help him win a lot of games. And of course, Mookie Betts. He's not going to be in right field all that much, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a Gold Glove at second base. He's that good at second base. He came up at second in the minor leagues. He feels that that's a natural position for him. And I'm looking forward to seeing that pressure taken off him because he feels a lot more comfortable at second base. And Freddie Freeman, whether he hits second, whether he hits third, there's a guy coming off a 59 double season. You know how hard it is to get 59 doubles? I think it was, 1936. Ducky Medwick's the last guy to have 60 doubles in a single season. So it's been a while for somebody to hit that many two-base hits, but Freddie Freeman has the possibility to do it. And one thing that I think a lot of people need to talk about, need to start looking at, is Will Smith. This could be a career year for Will Smith because he gets to hit behind Betts, Freeman and Ohtani. And I mean, how would you love to hit behind those guys?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's exactly where I would want to be in the lineup right there. If I wasn't one of those other three guys, put me right behind him. I know I'm gonna have some guys on base as long as the guy before doesn't clear them out for me.
I still want to know who's batting second and third.
We'll find out.
Tim's giving us the big tease. We're going to find out today. 3 MVPs. That's an amazing nugget. Only happened 12 times in a 35,000 games in baseball history. And like you said, they're going to obliterate that record the first couple weeks of the season. Tim Neverett, great insight, Tim. Have a great call today.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, guys. Thanks.